don't think we're going to see, you know, Proxy, although we started things off with that already. It could be something we see. There's a good map for Proxies. Also a predictable map for Proxies. So, like, you know, there's pros and cons.
That will see the same of last game there.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, guys, the map is up and loaded. We're going to start this right away. FanTaSy versus Dark, game number 2.
Dead Pixels FanTaSy 정명훈 vs SK텔레콤 T1 다 박영우.
In the bottom right in red, it's FanTaSy.
Top left, Dark. Showing the Zergs everywhere how it's done against Mech in the late game.
Really impressive play. And let's talk about this map a little bit, like looking at the layout of it. Third base, not too far away to take as a meching Terran. It's totally possible. It's not like a freebie close base. It's like medium difficulty, I would say, to take.
Medium difficulty, yeah.
Yeah. The third base for the Zerg is the same sort of degree of difficulty. But the Zerg, of course, has to rely on creep spread a lot more. And we do see, like, with Hellion pressure and Banshee pressure, it becomes a bit difficult to spread that creep out there.
That is very true.
And we saw just in the previous series, Biel was not really trying to take a fast third. Just trying to go lair here. Fourth base is, like, really far, you know, just in general, but...
It's one of the bigger problems, but you know, it's not impossible for a Terran to hold that. If you get a planetary down there, a couple of tanks there, you can hold off for a while. I don't know. If FanTaSy is really comfortable going for the mech style on this one.
Well, he's going for a CC first, which is unexpected.
Mixing it up.
I did not imagine we'd be seeing that. And grab those minerals first. Always feel better, you know, with your CC build when you got some money in your hand.
Bad peace of mind here.
Yeah.
You know, bit of security in the bank.
Yeah, you know, just in case, no matter what happens, if things go sour, like if 2 Lings run in and you got to run away from that CC, at least you got some minerals to, like, to escape with.
You got a reason to go home as well, so you can put those minerals in the bank.
Yeah. You got to go back and, like, you know, use that money to feed your family for a little while.
Yeah,
so you find a more stable job.
I guess it would feed your family for a while, minerals. Like, when you think about, like, what they make, like, they must be pretty valuable.
Sure. Like I would say, like, 5 minerals could be worth, like, maybe 5K.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about
maybe
it, like,
even 50. Like, let's be real. How much do you think those siege tanks cost?
Yeah. How much does like a marine suit cost that you have to put in there? It's like totally functional with a working helmet and everything else.
I would think that'd be, you know, like,
plus the rifle.
A lot of money. $50,000.
Yeah, maybe 50,000 for 5 minerals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'd say about 50K. So you just got to add, like, you got to multiply by 10,000 every mineral you get for you want to put that in the USD.
It's kind of weird though, because the bigger the unit, it doesn't get that much more expensive. Like 150 for a tank, but then you get like 400 for a battle cruiser, which is like this insane spaceship that has so many people on board. So you like kind of wonder, like, it's not that expensive.
Yeah, battle cruisers should just be more expensive. They should just be even less viable.
They should be like 2,000 minerals when you think about it. In the grand scheme of things.
They should also be to scale.
Yeah. I think so, Wolf. I think we're onto something here.
I think the whole game needs to be rescaled.
It needs to be rescaled.
I think we need 13 more years on Starcraft 2.
It needs to be more logical, I think, Wolf. That's what we're looking at here.
Yeah. Oh, I totally feel you.
Yeah.
By the way, this
who cares if it's fun or not? Let's just make it real.
Realism, the most important thing. Speaking of realism being the most important thing, those crickets, man.
Oh,
the frogs.
Why'd you have to tell me about them, Wolf? I didn't want to hear them. now it's the only thing I can hear on this map.
Oh, look at this early Roach Warren, by the way. I was like too enthralled by our like economy discussion. I didn't even notice this.
Yeah, it's actually could do very well a lot of damage, considering what we have so far from FanTaSy. He's even got a reactor on his racks and a tech lab on his factory. That means, are we going to see an early tank? Yeah, whoa.
Safety tank.
Now this is... How did he know this? How did you know this, FanTaSy? I think he just feels it. He has nothing to really give away the fact that it could be roaches early on.
I guess he just knows that like the map is kind of short, and he
knows the player maybe a little too much. It's like, well, it's dark, and Dark always loves to go for roach timings when he can.
He's going for a fast third CC also. Like I think this is a fairly. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's common, but people do it every now and then.
It's definitely something that happens, and most likely it would be used against someone going for a CC first, but...
It's going to pay off. He needs to get repairs on that bunker, though, and there he goes.
Wow.
Dark splits his roaches really nicely. Only loses one roach.
Yeah, but still, man, he invested so much into roaches from here. That's such a big investment, and to find no return whatsoever. Very bad start to the game.
He's actually down in Harvesters, and he's against the Terran on 3 CCs.
And we are going to see mech again from FanTaSy. Just loving this style.
Second factory.
I dare say he's much more ahead than last game as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So the roaches at least will kind of soft contain.
Yeah, and these Hellions are so smart. That's so cool because he's just checking. He's like, are you doing like a big roach attack? Or are you doing roach baneling? Like, what do I need to worry about next? And then he just sees, oh, okay, you just are transitioning back home. Let me go to your base and see exactly how you're doing that. Do you have a third base yet? No. Okay. Just getting all the info with these 2 Hellions. You give FanTaSy 2 vultures, man, he's just gonna do anything with them. You give him 2 Hellions, he's starting to learn how to use them. Spire.
When they have +3, they can do magical things.
Yeah.
All right, Fast Spire. Good idea. Maybe we'll see a very similar style to what Biel usually does because he already has that roach tech. He already has kind of identified that it is going to be mech again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty safe assumption, I guess, at least.
Scan reveals the Spire this time. He didn't do what Biel did and hit it.
The money scan. Should be pretty damn prepared for this as well. And look at that. Getting rid of that cooling tower with those Hellions as well.
Well, he's just going to go straight Thor from here.
That's a good idea. Look at this. The Thor Banshee. I love this style. I think it's much more stronger than what we did see from Maru in his game. And
he already made a tank earlier. Does he have a second tank? I think he just made one, right? Yeah, just for one.
Just one so far.
So he's got that too for like some extra safety.
He's got 2.
Okay. So he's golden. Like he's got 2 tanks. He can go straight into Thor from here. Trying to find some Hellion harass. Unfortunately gets shut down, but if he hadn't, I could have done a lot of damage. It also keeps Dark a bit occupied while he's trying to secure this third. The cooling tower, as you said, being focused now as well.
Alright, 5 meters on the way. No turrets up so far. Maybe soon.
2 on the way. 3. Okay. Ooh, finding some drones. Just 1. 2. Just wants to scout, I guess. Man, that one Hellion probably wasn't going to get any more kills. Guess saving it, not necessarily worth it.
Now, we're actually seeing Ling speed and 1/1 Lings, funnily enough. So it doesn't look like he will be using these roaches for any sort of aggressive plays for now. Just maybe going into the late game. Maybe similar sort of style that we see last game as well, if you see a lot more queens being added.
Yep.
Just upgrade those ultras as much as you can.
He's just not going to find much of anything here. The Banshees were dangerously close to taking like a little bit of damage, like this Viking. Even the Viking escapes. A great position for FanTaSy in this game. He needs to be like very careful about scouting out what the next move is for Dark here, but
that's the biggest thing of all.
As long as he can do that, he's got everything he needs to transition into that maxed out.
Oh yeah, he's looking so good for the late game. Might even attack soon before then. 5 factories currently. Just mass Thor on the way. And Banshee. We could just see, that Thor Banshee timing as well. Where he just gets enough, brings a ton of SCVs, and just tries to crush before anything can be done about it.
Yeah. These 2 Hellions denied a 4th base. And that's obviously going to really hurt Dark. He needs to get that 4th base up. He needs to get all that extra gas so he can do those tech switches like we saw him do last game. He's got a Hive on the way. Look at all the upgrades he's getting. He's +2 armor. He's getting the +1 attack. He's getting Hydra's range, Roach speed, everything all at once. Mulas find like little spot here where they can poke the depot. Not too much damage being done here. A few Hellions will try to get a run by here, and actually this time they might succeed. Nope, Roaches spot them as soon as they're on creep. And ward them away. Cloak on the way. That Thor Banshee timing starts to sound pretty good right now.
Sounds legit, right? Like, I think it would be probably in his best interest to do so, considering how far he is ahead, how much he's been on an equal economy, and how he deflected that Roach attack early on. It set Stark behind so much. He just keeps doing a lot of Hellion harass, feeling out the army, seeing what he can do. He's getting a pretty nice Banshee count, tank count as well at this point. He's already got the Thors he needs.
Hydra speed on the way now. Just continue to produce those Overlords to be closer to that max out supply. You can pump out a ton of units. There's no creep spread actually at Dark's main, which is kind of funny. It's not going to matter too much, I guess, versus mech, but something to keep in mind. It's just, you know, this is like a bit of a passive game that we're seeing here. No big engagement whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very slow paced. It's just pretty much FanTaSy building up off 3 base. Adding a 4th command center now, but he doesn't really have to do anything. He just has to make that army that's going to crush whatever's going to come at him.
2 more drones going down here, the Hellions. 2, 3.
Oh, this is going to do a lot. It's going to do a lot.
There's Mutalisk over there just kind of trying to figure out where they're even supposed to be. 9, 10, 11. Way too much drone kills here.
Yeah, very slow response from Dark. All his units are in the middle of the map. He has nothing else to really defend.
He was like focusing on his Banshee, or rather on these Mutalisks. Let's kill 1 Viking, but lose all of his Mutalisks here. And Dark does not have that bank yet to be losing units like this, losing drones like this.
No, look at the bank of FanTaSy compared to Dark at this point. Dark is still essentially on catch-up. He's been on catch-up this whole time. It's definitely a much harder game to come back into than the game on Vani. Scans go down, sees a good chunk of the composition, sees Vipers as well.
And when you have this much of a bank, you can actually use like almost all of your mules on scans. You know, you're not worried about that bank right now. You can be a little more flexible with that orbital energy.
Yeah, he just needs to get that Banshee, that Viking count up so he can start one-shotting these Vipers before they get down those blinding clouds. And he's going to secure this 4th base, and it's essentially going to be completely left alone. And it makes things so much harder for the Zerg when Mech gets in those 4 bases at 8 gas. It's just game goes for that much longer.
Yeah. This peaceful background music now is driving me crazy.
Not a fan, man. Not a fan at all.
It would be great for like a swamp map.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's meant for a swamp. Not a Ire map or a Zelnaga map. Needs to be an eerie sound, like the sound you hear. Have you seen the movie Star Trek? I think it's called Into Darkness.
Is that an older one?
It's the one with Cumberpatch in it, the latest one.
Oh, no, I have not, actually.
You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. I'm a Star Wars guy, like, super hardcore, but Star Trek, like, I never got into it. Not to say that it's bad or anything. I just, like, I want to get into it. I just don't. I haven't found the time.
When they're on the Klingon homeworld, just for reference.
Yeah, sure. Just finish it out.
They're on the Klingon homeworld. They have, like, this really windy sort of, like, sound of, like, there's just, like, this air noise constantly. It's like this really, like, hellscape sort of place, and it really matches, like, what maybe this map could be like. It's like this eerie sort of map.
Yeah.
It's not really a swamp. Like, I hope you watch it one day, because it's nothing like the old ones. It's like
I gotta check it out. You know, everyone's recommended that to me. Maybe I should just do this tonight, man.
Do it tonight, man.
This is my homework now.
Do it tonight.
Sounds
great. Check it out. You can watch if you have. Did you see the first one?
I actually have not seen anything.
Oh. All right, watch the first one first.
Okay.
Get a feel for it. It's a good one as well.
I heard it was like really good. Everyone gave me really good reviews on it.
I hope they keep making it, because they've just been a lot of fun to watch.
Banshees could have killed a hatch. Looks like he wants to keep the element of surprise up. Never mind, he changed his mind. I was like, I guess maybe he wants to like just fly by so he can get better damage done later.
Maybe it just doesn't make sense.
What is that? Oh, it's
a flying locust upgrade.
Whoa, I've never even seen that before.
Yeah, no one makes them. Okay, it's like Doc's going to dabble. He's going to step outside the comfort zone here.
We are going to see an attempt in Korea.
This is the first time.
This is the first time.
Look how fast those Swarmos run as well. It's so funny. They're like little speedlings, man.
He's going to try this.
He's
okay,
gonna try.
get everyone in this stream right now. We're going to see if Swarmos are viable.
Yeah, we need people to tweet this out. It's time to test the balance of this game once again. Will we find anything with these flying locusts? Maybe, maybe not.
The funny thing is he's doing this time, but last game he was able to find a win without even touching it, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a little trickier this time around. I mean, look at the SimCity of FanTaSy and his 4th base. The scans go down, sees everything.
Yeah, except those 2 Swarmos. I don't think he saw those, but I don't think he cares.
Well, it looks like he's going to wait for the flying locusts. I don't know if FanTaSy's going to give him that time. He's kind of setting up to split the map in half.
The upgrade seems to take a long time, actually, to finish.
Way too
160
long.
seconds?
Yeah, 160 seconds.
That's almost as long as an attack upgrade.
Yeah, I don't know. If I guess it makes a big difference, though, at the very least.
All right, he's going to trade in here. Coming in with a ton of Ultras at the front with a lot of transfuses to back them up. The Siege Tank's a bit out of position, but he doesn't want to decide to commit too much here.
You're just buying a little bit more time.
Flying Locust upgrade nearly done.
Nearly done.
What is that upgrade called? Is it called Swoop or is it just called? It's literally called Flying Locust.
Flying Locust Swoop. That'd be an interesting name for it.
Nice catch on these Vikings.
Yeah, that's actually really important.
Saves the Viper as well.
He needs those Vikings for the Flying Locusts, man. I think he lost one of the Swarmos.
Cruckers are on the way.
He lost both of the Swarmos. Looks like we're not going to see Flying Locusts after all. Oh, well. Probably for the best. They probably like just get hard counted by like a couple of Vikings or something. Like, well, that was a letdown.
Well, this Ultras army is actually trying to circumvent the Terran army yet again. There's a lot of transfuses. It's actually going to get through one planetary. It's actually going to want to get out of here, I guess, if he wants to save the Ultras. If he wants to trade them out for better supply than I get, or different supply, I should say, then.
He's looking to fight. He got some blinding clouds down on a bunch.
He needs more fungals on these Banshees, and he's going to get them.
Running low on energy on these Queens, at least some of them. Oh, he didn't get the planetary either.
Oh, boy.
Oh, big investment. Not much return.
Broodlords.
Nice change. I like this a lot. He did get those Vikings after all.
Really sad we didn't get to see a Flying Locust, man.
Yeah, the Flying Locust upgrade finished as the last almost died. It's tragic. It's so tragic.
But with the wipe on the Banshees and the Vikings, you know, starport time has to be shared now, and he's going to get Corruptors and go into Broodlords. I think FanTaSy's starting to realize this as he's adding more of these. Did he add a Fusion Core? I could have sworn I saw that, but I don't know why he would add that at this point.
Fusion Core. Let me have a look around here.
Doesn't look like it. I guess I must have been seeing things on the production tab.
None just yet.
That hatch goes down without a cancel. That 300 metal is not the biggest deal at this point. But.
All right. He sees the Broodlords. He knows what's up. Everything's pulling back.
Banshee's so important. He's actually getting so much static defense to help protect his drones against Hellions as well. This is actually a great game here that we're watching.
Yeah, it's actually going the distance again. FanTaSy giving us some great games over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Dark, I love the way Dark approaches mech. You know, he really wants to go the distance. A lot of Zergs will just try and kill early on. But Dark is very confident in his late game.
Yeah, he doesn't feel timid at all. Like, he knows what he's doing. Toss these Ultras for some more supply, it looks like an air. All that static defense he added here didn't end up helping him out too much.
Very smartly from FanTaSy, you know, splitting his army up, taking down more hatcheries, because he knows Broodlords are on the map and he can't fight this army head on.
Yep.
He might actually use these Thors for like their high impact
payload. Yeah, I think
that'd be the way to do it.
Yeah, I think that we might see that. This is a crazy game. There are only 5 Vikings on the map versus 21 Corruptors. That's something he's definitely going to have to change. We're starting to see Ravens be added.
Only 5 Broodlords on the map too, mind you. Keeping the count pretty low because he knows they can be pretty hard counter when the when the Viking count gets high enough. Instead, just overcompensating with anti-air to deal with that kind of army.
Yeah. Oh. just keep swapping between tabs here so much. I have to like keep looking at your computer, keep looking at mine to see what's being built. There are going to be a total of 7 Ravens on the map once these 3 finish. It's not a massive count yet, but look, he's getting durable materials and Corvid Reactor is starting to realize like this game is going the way of reality versus Silky.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see that base trade and see it pause.
Well, he's going to start to grab some of these, but just be careful.
Yeah, he cannot get fungled. If he gets fungled, it's horrible. So many Thors to back up these Vikings there. Currently 7 Thors is waiting.
He's actually getting a good position on this planetary, though. He needs to, you know, be careful.
Oh, Secret Missiles.
Oh, Secret Missiles.
Gotta split up.
Oh, whoa!
Damn.
For somebody who's known to be the master of corruptors, that was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, he's got enough transfuses to heal them all up to health.
He needs to move them.
There we go. You got to stop transfusing them. Some of them are in such red.
And even these, you know, these Banshees over on the left side of the map are starting to get some serious damage done to that hatch. Might actually lose that 9 o'clock base. Blinding Cloud's here.
Queen's getting a little too close as well.
Oh boy, Fantasy is just taking really good engagements here. He's actually just out fighting Dark at every turn. He's actually confident enough to chase this army at this point.
Is a bad engagement as well. He's got to start transfusing everything. Everything getting so low.
How many Corruptors does he even have left? Not very many at all.
5 currently. He's going hardcore into a ground army again to try and crush what's left on the ground. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. So many of these siege tanks are very low. They're very much in the red.
There's like 40, 50 supply in there at this point, and a lot of it will not touch Ultras. And here we go. Ultras are out. We start chasing everything down. Queen's a while away though, so transfuses are not available.
Yep. And look at this. He's just going to turn and fight with these 3/3 siege tanks and Thors. Dark is taking some really bad engagements, and his gas bank is now down to 0. He's going to have to take some really good ones coming up here, or he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, maybe more Ling additions as well.
Yeah, something.
Well, there's just no, you know, there's no. Ooh, look at that. Keeps him alive there.
Those are so expensive. Like, that's all he just spent his bank on. He can't throw those away.
Yeah. There's no actually Hellbats anymore or Hellions whatsoever, so he can't afford to just go into heavy Ling to help tie up these Thor and tanks. Once again, bottom left base getting shut down. Wow. This is like really powerful Banshee play.
Fantasy is playing so well this game. The guy has definitely improved a lot suddenly, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's become so good. He can actually deal with his base as well if he wants to. He's going to try and man mode.
Yeah, he's going to force the spore down. Can actually now get a good angle on that hatch. Scans and he's like, yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah, he's just like, scans, he's like, all right, that spore's gone, I'm going to try to go for it. Like, we were talking about this earlier, Banshees get those attack upgrades, and they're really strong. It used to be split. It's hard to imagine a world like that. That's why we didn't see mech very much back then. What's the next step here for Dark? Like, he needs to take good trades to build a gas bank.
I think he just find a good position on this army. You know, he's got the composition that can deal with everything that's shown, so long as it's not all sieged up. He just gets a nice surround with, you know, Ling Ultra from every side, decent transfuses, and decent fungals on the Banshees. The Queens will deal with them.
How many fungals does he... Okay, it's 3 infestors.
3 infestors. He's got about 6 fungals up.
Yeah.
Next thing Dark really needs to focus on is securing the bottom left and the top right bases.
Top right he's about to lose.
Yeah, these Banshees have been doing way too much damage to them. And a big counterattack on a base down south. Only get a view of that in a sec.
There's only 2 Corruptors on the map. Dealing with these Banshees seems just impossible.
There we go.
There you go. That base goes down, so a base for a base, I guess. Gonna kill a lot of SCVs too, which is gonna, again, free up supply for Fantasy.
Oh, Fungals.
Fungals, where were they?
If he was awake, he could have killed so many.
Wakey, wakey.
And wakey, wakey, once again. Players are sleeping during these games.
Well, at this point, I mean, these Thors, or not Thors, Ultras down there, we're getting some serious damage done, but the bigger issue is this army. Like, can he ever deal with it? Can he ever stop it? Oh, this whole time the Queens haven't had +3. It's just now getting +3. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of a big deal.
Tanks and sorry, these Ultra and Lings down below trading so efficiently.
Yeah, this is like the most efficiency you're ever going to get out of a Ling Ultra in this part of the game.
Now it's like Hellbat's trying to take down an Ultra as well. Like, not going to happen for a long time until tank comes.
Actually sneak some Lings over here as well. Get these SCVs that are just idling, sitting there.
Yeah, I'm glad we're seeing Lings being added in at this point. We're seeing that more Life-esque style to deal with mech. He loves his heavy Ling counterattacks and trades.
Banshees are going to be what he wants to help defend this. This is going to do so much to help him out. He's actually going to lose his expensive Ultralist here if he's not very careful. In fact, I'm not sure he can even save them at this point. Well, this is actually a really close game still.
Could really go
Fantasy's
anyway.
position.
Oh, Ultra's getting shut down.
Yeah, it's expensive. He can't afford to lose those. He's got 86 gas. Fantasy has 2,200.
He's kind of running out of steam at this point.
All right, moving now towards getting some of these middle bases down. And Fantasy has finally cleared up the creep up to the top right, so he wants to take that base. Huge Ling attack's going to go over there and deny it, though. And Fantasy is just kind of trying to push his way through the middle here. But he knows he can't overcommit through the middle. Not yet. Yeah, he's just got to be very careful.
Yeah, he's slow. He's going to remain sieged up, spread out, and there's no real way for Dark to engage on this unless he gets like the really good lightning clouds. There's only one Viper currently as well. Can do 2 blinding clouds though.
Fantasy's just got an army size that's much bigger than Dark's. Like, his 30 army supply up because he has only 24 SCVs. All of his army has to be together, though, to fight this, but Dark has to just kind of try to avoid this army. The funny thing is, it feels like Fantasy is the one who's avoiding Dark's army and killing bases, whereas Dark just kind of sitting there with his army, not sure what to do next, because it's so hard to actually fight this.
It's such a hard engagement. Now he's really committing to defending the bottom left. He has to do this, but tanks are sieged up in such an awkward place.
Yeah, and no fungals on these Banshees. Where are they? He needs those. If he could get those, that would be his way back into this game. He's going to have to give up this base.
Yep.
One of his most important bases right now.
One of his only mining bases.
One of 2, really.
Yeah.
He's remaking the base in the middle, but it's not up yet. Gonna siege for this, and oh, Dark looks like he's just had enough. He's gonna go for it, but I just cannot imagine this being a good situation for him ever in any way.
No. If he gets some decent transfusions off on these Ultras, maybe he can keep them alive so we can deal with the chunk of them.
The Banshees aren't even here. Wait until they come back.
It's gonna get a lot harder. The Hydra Queen is getting lower in number.
GG.
Wow.
Fantasy ties it up.
Game of stamina that game. And Fantasy, yeah, playing it very smartly for the map. It's such a hard map to engage on because there's so many choke points. And the Banshee control, the Banshee rotations to deal with all these bases, just beautifully done.
I mean, it was like a harassment-oriented, like mobile mech style. We saw he was all over the place with his Banshees, his siege tanks, his Thors. And Dark was the one who was playing passively, sitting back the whole time, never able to find a way to engage. And Fantasy just really loved that. He was like, oh, you're just going to sit there? Well, then I'll send like 6 Banshees to kill at your 9 o'clock base. I'm going to send a few siege tanks and Thors to the top right base. I'm going to kill both bases. And you're just sitting there with this large